It usually starts at night, not during the conversation itself, not when people are around you, not when you're busy. It starts later. You're lying in bed, your room is quiet, your phone is face down beside you, and suddenly your brain brings back a moment you thought was already over. A sentence, a facial expression, the way someone looked at you for half a second. And now your mind won't leave it alone. You replay the conversation again, then one more time, but differently this time. Maybe you should have answered faster. Maybe your joke sounded stupid. Maybe they noticed how nervous you were. Maybe that pause lasted too long. Most people think overthinking is just anxiety, but for intelligent people, it becomes something deeper than that, a survival habit. And the worst part is, your brain thinks it's helping you. Some people can have an awkward conversation and forget it 10 minutes later. But you can't. Your brain keeps searching for hidden meaning inside every small interaction, like there's something important buried underneath ordinary words. You notice tone changes, micro-expressions, silence, energy shifts. You remember things other people don't even register. And because of that, your mind never fully leaves social situations behind. Conversations don't end when they end. They continue privately inside your head for hours, sometimes years. Most intelligent overthinkers learned this pattern very early in life, especially people who grew up around unpredictability. When you grow up in an environment where moods change quickly, where love, approval, or safety feel unstable, your brain adapts. It starts studying people carefully. You become hyper-aware of reactions because your mind quietly learns something dangerous. If I can predict people, maybe I can avoid pain. And eventually analyzing becomes automatic. You stop experiencing conversations normally. You monitor them. The strange thing is, intelligent people usually know they're overthinking while they're doing it, but they still can't stop. Because replaying conversations creates the illusion of control. Your brain believes that if you analyze this enough, maybe next time you won't embarrass yourself. Maybe next time you'll say the perfect thing. Maybe next time you'll finally feel safe. So every night becomes a private investigation. You search for mistakes. You study your own words like evidence. You imagine alternate versions of the conversation where you sounded calmer, smarter, funnier, stronger. And sometimes the conversation wasn't even bad, but your brain treats uncertainty like danger. That's why intelligent people often suffer more from social interactions than people who think less deeply. Not because they're socially weak, because they process too much at once. Most people simply experience moments. Overthinkers absorb them. What makes this painful is that other people rarely notice it. From the outside, you probably seem calm, maybe even emotionally controlled, but internally, your mind is running marathons after simple human interactions. One text message can stay in your head all day. One awkward moment can follow you for years. And the strange part is, people who overthink the most are usually the same people who care deeply about others. They don't replay conversations because they're selfish. They replay them because they desperately want connection to go well. They want to be understood, accepted, safe around people. But somewhere along the way, their mind started believing that every social mistake carries consequences. So now, even tiny interactions feel emotionally expensive, and eventually your brain stops resting, even at night, especially at night, because silence gives your thoughts room to speak. But here's the part most people never realize. The conversations you replay the most are usually the moments where you felt emotionally exposed. Not stupid, exposed. Maybe you showed too much excitement, too much emotion, too much honesty. Maybe you cared more than the other person did. And intelligent people often fear that feeling more than embarrassment itself, because when you grow up learning to protect yourself emotionally, vulnerability starts feeling dangerous. So your brain replays moments trying to answer one impossible question. Did I reveal too much of myself? That's why some conversations haunt you for years, while others disappear immediately. It's not about the words, it's about what the moment made you feel about yourself. And there's a reason all of this gets louder at night. During the day, distractions protect you, notifications, work, people, noise. But at night, your brain finally has space to process everything you suppressed earlier. And unresolved emotions hate silence, so they return. Not because your mind wants to torture you, but because some part of you still wants resolution, still wants certainty, still wants to feel emotionally safe. That's why intelligent people often look calm during the day, but fight invisible wars in their head at night. But maybe the goal was never to say everything perfectly. Maybe the goal was never to avoid every awkward moment. Maybe human connection was always supposed to be messy, because the truth is, people remember your energy far more than your perfect words. Most people are too busy worrying about themselves to analyze your mistakes the way you do. And the conversations keeping you awake at night probably never stayed in their mind at all. The intelligent mind is powerful, but when it becomes obsessed with self-protection, it can turn every human interaction into a courtroom. And eventually, you stop living moments. You start auditing them. So tonight, when your brain tries to replay another conversation for the 100th time, ask yourself something simple. What if nothing was actually wrong? What if I was just human?